back to Fox 59 this morning. The month of May means a lot of things. For most, it's all about school being near the end and summer beginning, and summer bringing all of our favorite activities outdoors, including biking. In honor of National Bike Month, we are sharing this morning some tips to make sure you stay safe while you're having fun on your bike and out on the roads. And back with us this morning is Tom Hamley. He's the CEO of 913 Sports, and Maddie Bennett, the Facilities and Buildings Bikes Facilitator. I want to say good morning to both of you. Appreciate you being here.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Maddie, let's talk first about bike safety because it's so important. A lot of people, when they are assuming that bike safety, all you need is a helmet and a good bike, but it's more than that.
So much more than that, yeah. So let's talk about the helmet. When we're teaching our kiddos how to properly have the fit and adjustment, it's so important that you have your helmet on level, about an inch above your eyebrows,
right,
and properly clasped and adjusted. You shouldn't have it too tight. We want you to breathe.
Okay.
And we have this red line for the kids that kind of makes it parallel with the ground. So many times we see kids like this with the frontal lobe exposed,
gotcha,
or just an ill-fitting helmet. And a lot of new helmets that we have, and most helmets are now, have a ratchet system to tighten them in properly.
Why does fit matter?
Well, there's a lot of statistics that say that up to 70% of bike injuries that result in death could be prevented by bicycle helmets.
Yeah, and
that's big.
That is big, and knowing the proper fit is so important because there are so many different types of helmets that are out there that it could be life or death.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
What's the next step when we're talking about safety?
All right, so...
I thought you were going to keep that on, right?
No. All right, and a little shout out to Cali Protective.
Yes.
Awesome helmet brand that we recently brought on. Okay, so we have the kids go through an ABC quick check.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, so A for air, B for brakes, C for chain, and quick stands for quick releases.
Okay.
Hold our wheels on securely.
Gotcha.
Or some bikes just have an axle nut.
How does that keep the bikers safe?
Well, with the air, we want the proper air pressure, PSI, in the tires, so we don't get a pinch flat or a blowout of our tire in tube. And also, when you have the proper PSI, you have less rolling resistance. So you're getting the full capacity of the pedal
the proper pressure in the tire.
We've all seen people riding down the street with flat tires, right? Yeah. So you got to keep those aired up. So and use an air gauge. The old hand test, you're usually off by 10, 15 pounds, so air those up.
All right.
The B is for brakes. We have our brake pads. And our brake levers. You always want to make sure that your brake lever, when depressed, doesn't go all the way into the handlebar, because then you're out of braking power, especially with the rider's weight. And then the C is for chain.
All right.
You want to make sure that it's not rusty. Keep it lubricated, but a lot of people tend to over lubricate, which will attract other dirt and debris.
Which is not what you want.
Not what you want.
And then I'll add the seat in there too, because if your cushion on your seat is all torn and worn, that's not comfortable. No. But I noticed a lot of these new bikes, the kind of seat is like a hard plastic.
It is, and that's more for performance aspect. There are multiple solutions, for different riding positions, cushioning. And it really comes down to adjustment. You don't want your seat pitched too far forward, because just a quarter of an inch makes a difference of putting too much weight on your hands, which can cause some stress over that riding time.
Tom, I want to bring you in because you're the CEO of the company. Let's talk about the importance of bike safety, because a lot of people out there, when they get their kids a bike or they go out and buy a bike, knowing the proper bike for them, fit, size, is so important.
It makes it more enjoyable for the kids, for the family. You want to buy something that is quality, that's going to last a long time. The safety goes with that. You want something that's got safe parts, safe brakes, safe tires. So that's what we teach our kids that come through our Kids Building Bikes and Kids Riding Bikes programs. But more importantly, that's what we want the entire community of Central Indiana to be leaning in, is using a bicycle as a safe resource to be able to play and engage and exercise.
And when people are coming out to the shop to look for a bike, there's so many to pick from. You're able to help them choose what's right for them, fit for them, and they can go on their merry way.
Exactly.
All right. Tom, Maddie, thank you both for being here. Have a great weekend.
All right.
Be safe on the road with the bikes. And to learn more about bike safety, head to our website, fox59.com. and we'll have more details there. 8:50 right now.